Revelation is at the same time one of the most beautiful books and one of the most important books in the Bible, but also the hardest book to understand. It's a hard book because it's the kind of book that we don't normally read and understand very well. And it's a bit of a one-off in the Bible. In the New Testament, you have a couple of Gospels, you have a historical book, you have all these letters, and then you get Revelation and you think, how on earth will I approach this? And that means that in order to understand Revelation, the first question you really need to ask is, okay, how do we approach this? I was brought up, like many people, with the idea that the best thing to do is to read Revelation very literally. And people said, yeah, to be faithful to the Bible, you need to take everything literally. Well, do we? There are, of course, loads of things in the Bible that we take literally, like the birth and the life, the death, the resurrection of the Lord Jesus. But that same Lord Jesus tells lots of parables, and parables are stories that you don't take literally. And everywhere in the Bible you find lots of images, like the Lord is my rock, or the Lord is my shepherd. They're metaphors. They tell us something important about God, but they are not to be taken literally. And that's what you need to bring to Revelation in order to understand it. Revelation is full of metaphors, full of images. And if you try to understand them literally, you're not going to make much sense of them. Revelation is similar in a way to the book of Daniel, but then again in Daniel you get these animals like the he-goat and the ram, and you get this enormous statue that King Nebuchadnezzar sees, but that statue symbolizes empires. It's not to be taken literally, it's a metaphor. Once you approach Revelation in that way, you can understand its meaning. And it's John the prophet, John the seer, who warns the churches that they have to be very careful about the Roman Empire. And he warns us that we have to be very careful about the empires that call the shots in our time. That we have to be very careful about capitalism and about all kinds of totalitarian systems. Because it's the Lord Jesus who deserves the first place in our lives, and not a system, not the making of money, or whatever that might be. And that means that Revelation is incredibly relevant, not least for us in the 21st century. And that's why I love teaching and preaching on Revelation. I've been to several churches and done a couple of evenings on Revelation, or one whole Saturday, starting 10, finishing 4, not working through Revelation, because you can't do that in a day or in a couple of evenings, but focusing on how to read Revelation and unpacking the things that are important in understanding the book. Revelation is probably one of the most relevant books in all the Bible, and it's sorely undervalued in our churches.